Hi friends, my name is Mallory Jones-Oniki from The Palatable Life, where I share healthy recipes and fun ideas that will make your life a little more palatable. Today I've joined up with Rising Star Outreach for their Rise to Wellness initiative to promote more connection, healing, and inspiration during this time of social isolation. Rising Star Outreach's mission is to help and heal and empower those that are affected by leprosy in India. They have a great mission and they're a really great nonprofit, so I'm excited to be working with them today. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes. It's a sweet potato pesto hash. So it's a breakfast dish, but I eat it for dinner all the time. So let's get started. First you want to preheat your oven to 425, so I've already done that. And then after that we're going to start by cooking our sweet potatoes because we want to get those done first. So the quantities that I'm showing you is for 2, maybe 3 servings, so you can multiply those if you have a bigger family or whatever your needs are. So first we're going to start by cutting the sweet potatoes. You can peel the skin off if you don't like the skin. I like the skin and it has some extra fiber and it's healthy for you, so I keep it on. But if you want to peel it off, you can peel it off. And then we're going to cut the sweet potato just into small bite-sized chunks. I first came up for the idea for this recipe. My husband and I lived in Irvine last summer. We had a favorite breakfast place that we loved out there, and they had a, what did they call it? They had a turkey meatloaf hash. And so we decided to try it and we loved it. So I then went on a mission to try to recreate it. And this is what I have. And I think it's really good. Maybe even better than the original, but maybe I'm a little bit biased. All right, once you have these cut, we're going to just toss them with a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper and get them in the oven. And then once again, the oven should be at 425 and you're gonna bake these for about 20 minutes. We just want them to get soft on the inside and then they're done. All right, while the sweet potatoes are in the oven, we're gonna work on some other stuff while those are baking. So first we're gonna cut up an onion. I think my recipe says half an onion, but this onion's really small, so I'm just gonna do the whole thing. And we're just gonna cut it into, once again, just bite-sized pieces. Okay, once we have our onion chopped, oh, sorry, that onion is so strong. I need to use one of those tricks that people use to make onions not make you cry. Okay, we're gonna now start cooking the onion. And browning it. This will turn on. There we go. Okay, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to these onions and probably a little bit of salt and pepper just to give them a little bit of flavor. And we're just gonna cook these down until they're translucent. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to crack my eggs into a bowl and whisk them up because we're going to need them soon. So I have 5 eggs. So yeah, crack them into a bowl, whisk them up with a fork or a whisk, and you'll be good. Okay, these onions are starting to brown and cook down. I'm going to turn on the heat a little bit. And by now our sweet potatoes should be almost done. Alright, these sweet potatoes are done. So I'm going to add them into my skillet with the onions. Stir this up until it's all mixed together, and then we're going to add the eggs and the spinach. let's actually add the spinach first, because we want the spinach to wilt a little bit before we add the eggs. So I have 2 cups of spinach, and if you don't have spinach, you don't have to add it, or if you don't like it, but it gives it a good flavor and some extra greens. So add the spinach and let it cook down just until it starts to wilt. And 2 cups might sound like a lot, but when you cook spinach, it cooks down to like 20% of what it originally was. So add that in and cook it until it's 20%. Okay, my spinach is mostly cooked down, so now I'm gonna add the eggs. And we're gonna cook them when they're about halfway cooked. Then we're gonna add the pesto, because we wanna put the pesto in where it can still get pretty incorporated into the eggs, into the mixture. So stir this up, make sure the eggs are really well combined with the onions and spinach and sweet potatoes, and then we'll add that pesto. Okay, my eggs are about halfway done, so I'm gonna add the pesto. I usually get my pesto from Costco or Sam's Club just because it's really big and so we use a lot of pesto. But I know that Trader Joe's also has really good pesto, and you can find pesto most places. Okay, stir that in really well, and then we're gonna add the cheese. So that was 1/4 cup of pesto and then 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese. And mix it up. And we're also gonna add at this point the turkey meatballs. And these turkey meatballs are from Trader Joe's. You could use any sort of turkey or any sort of meat that you want, but these ones are really, really yummy. And turkey is really healthy for you, and they taste really delicious in this hash. Another thing about these meatballs, the ones from Trader Joe's are really big, so I've cut them in 4ths. And they're pre-cooked, so I just heat them up in the microwave because that's the easiest way to do it. So I heated them up before. So if you're using not pre-cooked meat, I would suggest adding it either when you first add the onions or even before the onions, just to get it browned, because you don't want to have uncooked meat in this hash. That would not be as fun. Okay, once that's fully incorporated, then we're gonna turn off the stove. Push it to the side. Okay, and now we're going to put it into, and this last part is optional, but I like to finish it off in the oven with some cheese on it so it can brown the cheese and get everything really nice and warm. So I have these small oven-safe plates, but if you don't have something like this small, put it in something big, just anything oven-safe will do. And then we're gonna cook it still in 425-degree oven, so you can just leave your oven on for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, these are now done. The cheese is browned and melted, and they look amazing. And so to top them, we are going to put on some plain Greek yogurt, which if you don't have Greek yogurt, you can use sour cream. But it's just a really good thing to go with it. So we're gonna put a dollop of plain Greek yogurt, vanilla. Make sure it's not vanilla, that would be gross. Make sure it's plain. And then some arugula. If you don't have arugula, you could also use cilantro, or if you don't like herbs, you don't have to do anything, but this gives it a nice finish of some greens and a nice peppery taste. And then we're done. Thank you everyone for following along with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you'll watch the rest of Rising Star Outreach's Rise to Wellness videos. Until next time, bye.